on, true believers? This is Modular Media's No Price Podcast, the podcast where we talk comics, movies, merchandise, and more. I'm your host, Blinker Writer, and with me in the bullpen, as always... Yeah?
Am I on?
Yes.
It's the No Prize Podcast, and I'm the Acuminator. What's up?
What are you, Eric Andre?
Lost my headphones.
We also have special guests. Hello, say hello to the crowd, Busto.
Hi, I'm part of the occasional imaginative competition. It's me. I literally just want to hang out with these guys today, so that's why I'm here.
I can hear things again.
What happened?
I just threw a boat.
I meant with your goddamn dirty buds.
They fell out while I was throwing the boat.
Oh.
Didn't you see?
I thought like you couldn't hear and that's why you... Whatever, fuck it.
I did a funny, Boingo. Appreciate me more.
What, do you slave over a hot stove to cook me dinner every night?
Yeah, I cook up all the funnies. I'm the funny man around here now. Fuck you. Get this shit off my desk.
I didn't put it there.
Well, I did.
Who bought it?
Who's texting me?
This is off to a great start.
The
That's my mom.
The intensity and then just the complete... What? Hey, everybody, we're talking about shit. It's No Prize. It's the podcast that you show up every Sunday to fucking see.
Do they?
Kind of. But
Okay.
hey, you know what we're talking about?
Are we
What?
talking about slavery?
Oedipus Complex Man.
Oh, that's just as good. It's just as relevant.
It's Ultron. Ultron Unlimited. Unleashed? Unleashed. Marvel has a really bad habit of just making a super ton of Ultron stories, and it's just Ultron U-word.
Yeah, they're good at their jobs.
Ultron
like
Eureka.
Ultron, these nuts.
No, I want to make a These Nuts joke, but These Nuts doesn't have you in it.
Ultron, unmute.
Exactly, that
Hank
works.
Pym, we must put this rod in your urethra to sound you.
It's gonna be the next story. It's coming up real soon. In who's writing Avengers right now? They're fucking Avengers run.
Well, I mean, Al Ewing fucking directly brought Hank Pym back.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah. But we're not talking about the comics right now. We're talking about the TV show, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Season 2, episode... A number. Ultron Unleashed.
You're
The
in the home
Ultron
stretch now.
story continues. Fucking Vision shows up with a bunch of fucking Avenger clones,
Yeah.
and they try and kidnap the Avengers, and it don't go in their favor.
No, because of the understanding of good old-fashioned American gumption.
Yep. That's it. That's the whole episode. It's
Yeah.
just good. I like it.
Yeah.
I like Hawkeye making fun of Cap for not investing in new technology. I also like Hawkeye going like, oh shit, we just did scrolls. Let me be clear. I'm me. That was funny.
Yeah.
That was a good line.
I think that is the one thing that holds this episode back is that we did just do Secret Invasion. So having robot duplicates is just like, oh, we're kind of treading the same ground.
Yeah, but they're cool.
Season
robot
of the
duplicates.
Clones. Season
Yeah.
of the Season of Deception.
Oh god, the Jackal's gonna be on next week.
Is he?
No, I'm joking.
No, here's the thing. This show goes places, so I'm like...
I'm playing off of your joke.
I don't even think the Spider-Man animated series even brought up the Jackal.
Did Unlimited did? I feel like Unlimited did.
You're talking to me like I've seen every episode of Spider-Man animation and know it all by heart.
Well, you watched Unlimited.
Unlimited didn't because that was the High
We watched
Evolutionary.
like 4 fucking episodes of Unlimited.
I thought you did the whole thing.
Did we?
No.
Okay.
I think we might have. I think we only talked about a couple. No, we talked about a few select episodes of the Fantastic Four Nickelodeon show.
There wasn't Nickelodeon. Was the anime one?
Yeah.
The pseudo anime one? Oh, that was Nickelodeon?
Yeah, it aired on Nicktoons.
It's the Fox box.
Ultron.
Marvel animation history is weird, but anyway, Ultron.
Ultron.
We're on topic.
Yeah. This Ultron was badass. I like his design. I like how he's just like, hey, I'm in control here. And then everyone's just pointing out. It's like, no, you're not. He's like, shut up.
I like how they kind of like did a more modern looking Ultron. And by modern, I mean for the time, the 2000s, where making Ultron look more advanced just meant make him look like he has muscles made of wires.
Yeah. It's not the worst
I
look.
do love the this Ultron design. It's very sleek.
Yeah. This is also adamantium Ultron.
Yeah, that's why they gotta detach his head to beat him.
Yep.
Has Ultron showed up before, right?
Yes.
Yes, this is like the third Ultron. I almost said Ultraman. The third Ultron episode.
Yeah.
But like Ultron's a classic Avengers villain. It makes sense to bring him back several times.
Yeah, he's always up to some fucking shit.
He's always
Like-
cooking.
He's always trying to get himself a wife because they try and do Jocasta and it goes horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Ouch.
It definitely feels like the crew was going like, hey, we know about Jocasta. Here's a reference to her. We're not dealing with all the psychological hangups that involve Jocasta.
Yeah. Also, like the whole setup they did for that, the scene where Vision goes and kidnaps Wasp. I was really thrown by that scene because for the whole time I've always assumed that like the hairstyle she has in this show that's just like a really style she's got a lot of product in. She's brushing it and it's like popping back into place. Her hair is naturally like that. What?
That's cartoons for you.
That's like fucking. That's like when Avatar fucking acknowledged Katara's hair loopies and just said, "No, she never takes that out."
Yeah. But yeah, no, fun action, good animation in a variety of places. The shadows on one scene with Vision were breathtaking. I loved them.
Mm-hmm.
Really well done.
I like the like extra bit of humanity that's added to him after he gets half his face blown off.
Yeah.
Nice, sad O. Henry ending to this episode too.
Yeah. But it's very clear that Ultron can't, not Ultron, Vision can come back and be part of the show.
Vision
Yeah.
can come.
He really can, and you know what? Like, it's not just the Vision, Ultron, and Wasp show. You get some stuff, like I said, with Hawkeye. You get Cap being a good strategy boy, and you get Thor being the big friendship man because he's immediately like, "No, this is bullshit. My friends wouldn't kick me out. Fuck you."
Yeah. That's all good shit. And Tony had one line.
Tony had one line.
One
and
whole line.
Carol got more lines than him this week, and her whole fucking lines is just like, "Fuck this. This is bullshit. I can't figure out that this is actually bullshit, but I'm pissed you're kicking me off the team."
Yeah. And then she's just like, fine for the rest. Yeah, it's fine. It's cool. Overall, good episode.
Yeah.
Great. Like, this is a quintessentially Ultron storyline. It's just Ultron.
Yeah, it's just picking up a random issue where the Avengers fight Ultron.
I mean, it's very reminiscent of the late 90s Avengers run with George Perez. There's one Ultron story in there. Comic Pop did a podcast on it.
Yeah.
Because in that, Ultron kidnaps certain people related to him. So Hank Pym, Wonder Man, Vision, people like that. And he's trying to turn them into robot duplicates, so there's elements of that. So like it is taking a plot from the comics and just going like, all right, we're taking the structure and doing something new with it. Which I think for a show like this, good idea. Anything else we want to say, folks?
It's good. I like it. I love it. I need some more of it. But before we do that, let's get on to some news, because we've got a fast developing story going on at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah, breaking news.
Oh,
fellas.
shit.
I've been adding it to the doc.
Yeah. So I'll get these open. In the meantime, how's everyone doing?
I mean, aside from my episode of schizophrenia, I'm good.
Just an episode. It didn't get a feature film.
Nah. We're working on it, though. We're pitching it around to various studios right now.
6 seasons.
What,
of a
like
movie?
that movie called Dumb Money that talks about the freaking GameStop crash?
Yeah, that's like the most successful movie in months, apparently.
What?
Yeah.
Well, probably because it was apparently made on like smaller budget. Some shit.
Also, if you want to see Paul Dano completely playing against type, go watch that fucking movie.
Interesting. I will definitely do. Yeah, because I like Paul Dano. He's a good fella.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm trying to double check things, make sure everything.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Is loading the right way, because I think
also it's a developing story.
How that fuck money coming?
It's coming.
All right.
I'm trying.
Buster, how's things in your world?
I'm trying to think. I've been working on homework all day.
Oh.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Hey, okay. I have videos written. Oh wait.
Got news up. Seth MacFarlane has donated $5 million to the Entertainment Community Fund to support those in need of financial assistance during the strikes. He's already donated $1 million in the past, so $6 million total. Good on Seth.
Yeah, there's been a lot of big high rollers of the ultra successful boys. The Rock put in a bunch of money. I saw someone else who I can't remember. It's been a thing that's been happening.
Has.
Yeah. Congratulations, Oprah. You did a good thing for the first time in like 5 or 8 years.
And like Seth MacFarlane, like from what I've read about him, he's always kind of been like very humanitarian, like always not humanitarian, but like very workers' rights. I'll put it that way.
Seth MacFarlane is a super solid dude from everything I hear about him. I just don't like anything he makes.
Not even Orville?
It's Jinx.
It's okay.
Okay. That's fair. I just heard a lot of Star Trek fans like it for it being like a different take on Star Trek. And some of the later seasons are just straight up Star Trek episodes with a laugh track kind of thing.
Yeah, it's more of a classic take on Star Trek, in my opinion, because it's what if the Next Generation were made today, whereas the Trek that frickin' CBS has been putting out is what if the Abrams films crossbred with the Snyderverse?
You even like Strange New World? I heard Strange New World was good.
Strange New World fucking sucks ass. The way they write the dialogue in that show annoys the shit out of me.
I could have swore that there was a musical episode recently on that one.
Yeah.
I didn't watch that because I don't like musical episodes in general.
Also, it had a crossover with the Star Trek cartoon.
Oh,
yep. I saw that getting marketed a whole funkin' bunch.
Yeah.
So, see, this is just everything I like about shows in one, but like, anyway, continue.
More news. A joint statement from the WGA and the AMPTP confirmed that they met today and have scheduled another meeting for tomorrow.
So this was Friday.
Yeah.
We're now getting into where we were getting updates pretty regularly throughout this weekend, leading into just today.
Yep. Bob Iger, David Zaslav, Ted Sarandos, and Donna Langley are all reportedly present at the meeting between the WGA and the AMPTP. THR source says CEOs have cleared their calendars and want to sit and have a real conversation. Hey, first time for everything. This is long coming. Everyone's feeling pain. Let's get in there and nail things down.
It's almost like some of these motherfuckers are almost out of content.
Yeah.
And they're bleeding money by the second.
Yep. WGA and PTP will meet again once again today. WGA also asked that as many of our members as possible come out to the picket lines tomorrow.
This was Saturday.
Yes. Lawyers have reportedly been brought in to analyze the fine print new deal between WGA and PTP, according to Variety sources. Official word on the deal is yet to be announced by the WGA.
This was the first bit where I was like, oh shit, it might actually happen.
Yep.
Because never heard anything about lawyers up till now.
Yeah. Okay. WGA and PTP are set to meet again on Saturday in hopes of securing a deal.
I think I might have gotten that a little out of order. Sorry.
Yeah, don't worry. WGA confirms that they will meet with the studios again tomorrow to reach a new deal. Yep, just more.
That was Saturday night.
WGA, AMPTP have officially reached a tentative deal for a new contract.
This is just like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
I was posting this in the chat as like it was happening.
WGA leadership says we can say with great pride that this deal is exceptional with meaningful gains and protections for writers in every sector of membership. Hell yeah. Right. WGA says the agreement with AMPTP is subject to drafting final contract language. The agreement will be presented to members and be voted on.
So basically, it's not official, but it's all but official.
Yeah, it just needs voted by union members, and if most of them agree, or like whatever percentage needs to agree by union bylaws. Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, and Sean Levy gather what's filming Deadpool 3's paused due to the studio refusing to pay actors fairly. Three amigos waiting to shoot again. That's fun.
I wanted to include that as like, hey, there's hope. Come next week, we could be back to reporting on that fucking movie.
Yeah. Also, no, because the SAG-AFTRA is the one that says, hey, influencers should promote movies. WGA isn't.
So, yeah, like, remember, the writer's strike are still...
What I'm saying is, if the WGA is reaching a deal, SAG-AFTRA could be right behind them.
Yes. And honestly, I would hope that the WGA in this understandings of tentative deals basically has a thing of like, hey, need to start talking to SAG-AFTRA. We're standing behind our actors. We're standing with each other in solidarity, you know?
Yeah, and I would assume they are.
Like, hey, just because you guys get your deal doesn't mean that the actors shouldn't get their deal, you know?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and besides, like, I remember the WGA said we're still going to be on the picket line and we're not, until the actors are also getting a good deal.
Yeah.
So,
but hell yeah!
Halfway through.
Meaningful development. The most meaningful developments we have had in weeks with this shit.
And I mean, here's the thing. The WGA has been very staunch and this is what we want and we're not backing down. And if the WGA officials are saying, hey, this is a pretty good deal, I'm willing to believe that this is like what they asked for are very, very, very close to what they asked for.
Yeah.
Welcome, Nightmare. I hope you're as union strong as the rest of us.
Yeah.
Also, question, since we're like halfway through, just random question. Are you guys going to cover the rest of Secret Invasion and Adventures of Superman when the freaking strike ends?
I suppose we could, though Loki starts in 2 weeks.
Yeah. It all depends. If, yeah, you know what? Whenever that kind of stuff ends, we could probably just go like, all right, whatever we ended, we're going to keep going on from there.
I mean, Boingo, have you finished Secret Invasion or Adventures with Superman yet?
I finished Secret Invasion.
Okay, well maybe we could do like...
We could do a wrap-up special.
Say the strikes are over by the end of this week. Next week we could do a show where it's like, here's just our overall thoughts on both of them before Loki starts.
Yeah. Who are we union against? We are union against shitty corporations.
Yeah, baby.
That's what we're talking about. First things first, Marvel previews a Gang War crossover event.
Into the comic news we go. You thought we were halfway through, Buster, but no.
We were halfway through the strike, not halfway through the news.
Oh, yeah, no. The fucking checklist is out for Gang War. I didn't realize until this dropped, this event happens in December. This is Marvel's fucking Christmas release, is bunches people fucking fighting in the streets of New York.
I will say, though, this is probably one of the better Junior covers we've had in a while.
Yeah, it's not terrible. But also, like, the only real significant thing I took away from this was that, and...
what the fuck are you wearing, Luke?
What he wants to wear.
Hold on, I need to share my screen with you because I forget to do that every fucking week.
He's the mayor, so he's gotta have like a protection of his identity.
I mean, he's very Mike Hagar in the comics right now, Buster.
Yeah, he is the mayor of New York, and I assume this is, if the mayor gets caught breaking the law, then that's going to make things even worse, so I got to put on a stupid mask.
He looks like Doctor Doom, like bootleg Doctor Doom, honestly.
He looks like fucking Shaquille O'Neal Steel.
Oh, that's an insult right there.
Yeah. But yeah, there's that, and then there's also like the Daredevil miniseries is going to be about Elektra. So expect Elektra to take a break from the main Daredevil book for a bit.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair.
Yeah. I don't know. Probably not going to read any of this. Fuck it. Who cares?
I'm invested enough in Daredevil, and I have sunk enough cost into Spider-Man that I'll probably read this.
Who's writing the Daredevils?
Also, Miles is part of it.
Well, Miles will be dead to me for a month.
Oh, fucking Deadly Hands of Kung Fu? That's actually exciting to see Shang-Chi and Spider-Man back together.
Yeah. Wait, is Gang War only a month long, or is it going to be multiple?
I think it's 1 month, and it's just a bunch of minis.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes it more tolerable, because then I won't have to stop reading Miles for a while. For like multiple months.
No, I was wrong. Gang War November, December, January, February.
Oh, fuck my entire ass.
And it's not, and for Miles, it's not in the minis. It's going to be in the regular publication.
Miles is dead to me for 4 months, everybody.
From issue 12 to 16.
Sick.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2 basically gonna do all the heavy lifting for him right now.
Oof. Oof.
We shall see.
Yeah. Hey, who knows? Hey. This could be a good event.
Doubt.
I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I'm just
it could be an event that Boingo defends for years to come.
What controversial events has Boingo defended?
Doomsday Clock.
Oh, Doomsday Clock. I think people were like just okay
I could just immediately yeah, no.
Can we stop talking about Gang War? Rom is on the screen now.
Rom is baby.
The Rom is
licensed by Hasbro.
The Marvel Legends is so soon.
So this is Bill Mentlo and Sal Buscema coming back to do a Rom one-shot that's him crossing over with the X-Men, set in the era the original Rom book came out. This is not a continuation. It is an in-betweequel, but I think if it sells well, they might do a continuation of some kind.
Yeah. You know what? I wouldn't mind if the Marvel Hasbro characters, Rom, the Crystal Guy, a couple others, the Micronauts.
The Crystal Guy, whose name is Crystar.
If like,
I mean, they are doing those ambiances.
Yeah, but if like Hasbro just was like, hey, use them, we'll license them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, Hasbro's already been like, just whoever wants our properties, you can have them in the comic scene. They aren't really like, only IDW gets our stuff, or only Boom gets our stuff. It's like, they're just like, whoever wants it, get it, So it's like, I can buy it.
And the highest shall obtain the prize.
And here's the thing. I wouldn't want Transformers and G.I. Joe in the Marvel Universe right now, but Rom coming back to the Marvel Universe? Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Rob just always feels at home with Marvel.
Rom's entire series is kind of intricately tied into the Marvel cosmology, and he's had no other fiction since. Whereas G.I. Joe and Transformers have so many different iterations that give you so much to draw from. And even the original Marvel comics, like, kind of got away from doing direct references to characters that we know in the pop culture as Marvel characters after, like, the first 10, 20 issues.
Yeah.
So Rom is kind of like married to Marvel, whereas Transformers and G.I. Joe, they have an on-again, off-again relationship with Marvel.
To the point where I think the Transformers Marvel comics aren't even in 616. They're in a different universe. I think
probably.
I think they are considered their own universe now. But yeah, cool to see Rom back. Hopefully it sells well. Yeah. Here's the full cover. Looks really cool.
I will definitely be reading this.
Very classic Claremont era X-Men.
Do we have a release date?
It's coming out in early December.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Marvel officially
something good will happen in Marvel in December.
The end of the Krakoa era.
Yep, beginning in January of next year, the final chapter of the Krakoa era is coming from all the boys you've known and loved, or known and beaten, irritated with for the last couple of years since Hickman left.
Jerry Duggan.
Ooh, I like those titles.
Oh yeah, it's also a nice like bookmark to the first ones. House of X, Powers of 10. Fall of the House of X, Rise of the Powers of 10. I'm excited.
The only like big story development they've teased aside from those logos is Magneto's already coming back from the dead.
Yeah.
Wait, Magneto died?
Yes, he died when some shithead Eternals attacked Mars. He was dying.
Oh, so during the Eternals event?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He died there, and basically he wanted to integrate with the Martian, the Araco mutants who thought like resurrection was kind of like pussy shit, and it's just like, you know what, I want to integrate with them and I want to be part of their culture, so I take me out of the resurrection protocols so he can't be resurrected anymore. And he died like
find a way,
dude. It's the waiting room.
Yeah, obviously. We all fucking know that who actually read comics, but I'm giving ways for Buster to find out.
Yeah.
I'm a good friend.
Yeah, I've kind of been mixed on the Krakoa era. I thought the beginning was a bit confusing, and then I didn't read anything after that.
You speed read the whole thing in 20 minutes.
True, but like also, like, even then, I just thought, I was like, this is for like X-Men fans, not really for a new reader, so...
and we got...
Speaking of Jonathan Hickman...
we got a new book from Hickman! It is...
this actually got me excited.
It is the return of Ultimate Spider-Man.
I have a fucking theory.
Theory.
Share it.
So, Ultimate Invasion's been going on. It was, of course, taken from notes from your boy, the Venom Man, with the Venom plan that I can't remember his name at the moment.
Donny Cates. Donny Cates?
Yeah, taken from Donny Cates' notes, but it's felt very Hickman-y. It's felt very appropriate for him, and the whole story's been about the fucking maker fucking around with multiversal cosmology shit, trying to make a new Ultimate Universe.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna succeed to a level, and this is a full Ultimate Spider-Man reboot. This isn't, here's a new book for Miles, because there's a scene in Ultimate Invasion #1 where the Maker goes to Miles and goes like, hey, we're the only two who actually remember the Ultimate Universe. You want to get in on my evil scheme? And Miles is just like, fuck off. So,
I'm happy here.
I think this is going to be a reboot of Ultimate Peter Parker.
I wouldn't mind that. I have a feeling that there will be several Miles' fans upset that he doesn't get the Ultimate name and he has to stick with Miles Morales Spider-Man.
That's true, but haven't we been having an argument with hardline old head Peter fanboys about like Miles doesn't need an adjective, he can just be Spider-Man for a long time now?
Yeah. Well, I just mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Ultimate Spider-Man could just be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, personally, if I was Marvel editorial right now, you're not using the name. Use, like, Spectacular for the Miles book. Or Web of for the Miles book. You know?
Either way, I haven't finished Ultimate Spider-Man, but I really liked what I've read. So I'm, like, really excited to see, like, more in that style.
Also, can we just mention... We've
been
talking about Hickman, going like, oh yeah, Hickman's great. Marco Cicchetto doing a Spider-Man book. Oh,
let me check his art.
It's gonna be he's the guy who drew the Chip Zdarsky Daredevil run. It's gonna be amazing to see him depict a Spider-Man period, but also just like this is gonna be the first time in a long time we've seen somebody who is not Brian Michael Bendis write Ultimate Peter, if it is indeed Ultimate Peter.
I think it's Ultimate Peter. I think they're like, we need more Spider-Man books on the market. Spider-Verse did well, and despite all the controversy, Zeb Wells' Spider-Man's still selling.
Ultimate Spider-Man was the only Ultimate book that was consistently successful and people are nostalgic for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried reading Ultimate X-Men. It's ass.
No, it's ass.
I had the first trade of Ultimate X-Men and Ultimate Fantastic Four at my library as a teenager. So
that's the thing. That's the thing with a lot of the Ultimate books. It is the worst parts of the original characters turned up to 11.
Yeah. Also, I just looked up the artist Marco Giacchino, and I just saw some of his Spider-Man art. Yeah. That's saucy. That's saucy.
Also, really love the logo. I just want to mention that it's good logo.
Yeah, good.
It's
good
almost like Hickman's a graphic designer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's strange how we also got another book, Avengers Twilight, announced from Marvel from Chip Zdarsky.
Yes, Hell Nightmare, we do mean the Ultimate Universe as the Hulk eats people universe.
Yep. Hulk didn't eat people, the Blob ate purple. The Blob ate a person.
The Blob ate purple.
Yeah, so this is another thing that's kicking off next year is Chip Zdarsky's doing I'm guessing this is another one of his What If type books. I don't think this is a main continuity thing.
I liked his Spider-Man What If, the one with the Venom.
Life Story?
Yeah.
No, the other one.
Life Story is fine. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Life Story was good, but like I just that's the one I'm thinking.
Well, we'll get more news at Marvel at New York Comic Con.
Yep. Ooh, New York Comic Con, which is happening, I think, towards the end of this month.
Yep. It's cool. Yeah, we don't have much info. It's just an Avengers book by Zdarsky. Yeah, hey, but it's cool to see Zdarsky's not a 100% jump trip to DC. I appreciate that, Chip.
Yep, he's a floaty man with floaty plans who needs to give me a new issue of a fucking domain already. Please.
Did Public Domain end? Did it have
it has like a season end. You know what I mean? Like it's the end of a season of television and you can do more. But like it does have an end of kind.
Okay.
Hulk might have eaten someone, but I definitely know the Blob ate the Wasp in Ultimatum.
You might be thinking of like Old Man Logan universe where the Hulk like is a fucking incestuous cannibal.
Yeah.
Well, he's a what?
Yeah. You ain't read Old Man Logan?
Not yet.
You don't.
You should fucking do that.
Knowing Buster's sensibilities, don't.
Oh, Buster will hate it, but it's fucking comics history.
Yeah.
I should read it, especially if only to see what inspired the film.
And hey, Marvel announces a new Planet of the Apes book.
Yep, Beware of the Planet of the Apes is coming from a writer and an artist you've never fucking heard of because they've only done tie-ins and like fill-in work. But it's going to be sort of an in-between prequel thing for the original Planet of the Apes continuity that's going to show the backstory of the feral woman from the first original 1960s Planet of the Apes movie. And I am a very casual Planet of the Apes fan. I've seen most of the movies and I've read a couple comics here and there. So I might check this out. I might. We'll see. It's entirely up in the air.
From what I've heard, the 20th century Marvel books have not been bad.
Yeah.
They've been solid.
This is just a funny cover. I like when the floating monkey head in the sun is really funny.
Oh, Buster, no.
Well, what did they mean by Old Man Logan?
Don't read Old Man Logan.
Only a Zoomer would interpret a classic fucking poster technique as funny.
I know it's a good poster technique, but it's also funny.
But yeah, no, Planet of the Apes, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now we got some toy news. Hey, guess what? Rich people, you get your Wanda.
A fuck ton of hot toys got announced this week. This is Avengers Endgame Scarlet Witch. I completely forgot how weird she looked in this movie.
Yeah.
Something about that hair color. It looks like she's wearing a fucking wig.
She probably was.
Yeah. Well, she shows up in 2 seconds at the end. Remember, she goes, "You took everything from me."
Yeah, I know, like, everyone was alive in the final battle, but I'm like, for most of the movie, she was gone, so it's like, why are they doing a Hot Toys of her?
Because if a line is successful, Hot Toys will just keep going with it, no matter how long on it's been. They're still making fucking Dark Knight figures. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a Wanda figure.
Yeah, I like the glowy base.
Yeah. It's Wanda. It's an expensive Wanda. Marvel Comics Classic Iron Man by Hot Toys. Wow, they're doing something not from the movies.
Yeah, occasionally they'll do comic figures. I think they've done some comic Iron Mans before, but this is the most classic-y looking Iron Man, and by that I mean like 70s, 80s Iron Man.
You know what? That's a cool interpretation of what is normally the spandex arms and legs.
Yeah, where it's kind of like a techno mesh.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a good. Yeah. That's a good looking Iron Man. I will say that.
I actually really dig this one. If I had the money and I liked that scale, I'd probably grab this because it's just a solid looking figure sculpt wise.
Yeah. What do you think of this Hot Toys, Buster?
This is the best looking Hot Toys I've ever seen. Like it's very, and I love the pictures with it and the movie. I think that's the movie Iron Man.
No, that's just a different coloration of the same guy.
Okay, interesting.
Oh man, some classic ass Iron Man poses.
Yeah. It's a good pose. That's like a good evergreen Iron Man.
I love the fucking the head sculpt. It looks very like classic, archetypical, successful American male.
Oh, he comes with the rollerblades.
Hell yeah. Buster, you don't notice, but fucking like way back in the day, Iron Man's armor used to have rollerblades.
Oh, that's cool.
It still has rollerblades.
Oh, the new ones do?
Yeah, some of the new ones do. And they bring it out. It's just like, hey, remember rollerblades?
That's fantastic. I haven't read an Iron Man comic where that's happened recently.
It was in the previous run that you didn't read.
Okay.
The one where he became God. Okay, the one thing I'd say, hey, give us a secondary head sculpt. Disheveled Tony, so you can do the demon in a bottle cover.
Ooh, yeah. Like, and pay an extra $100 to get a whole fucking standee with a mirror.
Oh man, that'd be fun. But overall, pretty cool. You get two different styles: the classic helmet. You get the pointy guy and the round guy. It's good.
Yeah, all that's missing is the nose.
Oh man, the nose.
Are Hot Toys notorious for noses or something?
No. At one point in time in the 70s, Stan Lee made a glib comment in the bullpen at Marvel, and says
there was a point in time where he was trying to get Marvel off the ground in Hollywood, and he would just come back for like a day every few months and just look over everybody's work and be like, yeah, that's fine, yeah, that's fine. Oh, you should maybe change that. That's fine, that's fine. Anyway, bye.
And he made a joke of, hey, where does Iron Man's nose go? And everyone thought that was a critique on it, and was like, oh, we need to give Iron Man a nose. We need to explain that. And when he came back, he was like, what the fuck is this
shit? Even back then, people were way too, like, not critical, but, like, way too, like, a worshipy of Stan Lee.
Yeah, so there's just, like, 4 or 5 random issues from the 70s where Iron Man's armor has a nose in it, and it looks really weird.
And it's just a fun little Easter egg. But hey, guess what? Hot Toys Spider-Punk.
Hobie Brown from Across the Spider-Verse.
He would hate
the Hot Toys. Oh yeah, he would burn this thing. Is what he would fucking do.
No, he wouldn't, because that would mean having to buy it in the first place.
That's true. Well, no, he would burn it someone who owns it. But yeah, looks pretty dang good. I really like how the unmasked head sculpt came out. Nice that he's a tall boy, and just overall a solid looking hot toy.
Yeah,
it's really good for what it is.
Yeah, it looks really good, really solid.
But even more exciting as far as Across the Spider-Verse goes, I think.
This guy?
Or no, sorry, the next thing after this. But hey, fucking symbiote Spider-Man freed. Fucking, it's the guy. It's the Raimi boy.
Something else.
It's the Dancy Man. Remember when he do the dance? Oh, that God, funny. Oh, that a meme.
Oh my God, they did the emo.
I mean, if you're gonna give him an unmasked head, there's no other look to go with from this point in the movie.
Yeah.
Also, I love how that just looks like the Venom from the Venom movie.
Yeah.
Like, we have that sculpt already. Let's just use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is probably because I don't like Venom's design in Spider-Man 3, but I like the symbiote suit.
I mean, here's the thing. This does look really good as a representation of that suit. So, like, if I had the money, I probably would get this because I have weird nostalgia for Spider-Man 3. But Yeah, it's definitely not something I'm going to get in this timeline. Have I ever told you guys about like how weirdly prominent Spider-Man 3 was when it came out in my
No,
neck of the
you
woods?
have. You have.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, Spider-Man 3 was prominent, like, from what I heard, it was, like, everywhere. It was, like, everyone was so excited for that movie.
That's true, but my main social circle at the time was my family's church. And so you wouldn't normally hear about like superhero or cool action movies around those parts, right? But they managed to somehow interpret that like all the kids in the youth group should go see Spider-Man 3 because it's a movie about fighting your demons and freeing yourself of sin because of the black costume.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
That's a fucking take. I wonder how the fucking youth pastors there fucking took the scene of Eddie Brock praying to God to kill Peter.
I have no idea. I was just old enough to be in the youth group at that time, so I don't remember it super well. That fact that was a thing that happened just always sticks out in my mind when it comes to Spider-Man 3.
But hey, it's a spider.
Yeah. And another...
Also, I gotta go, so...
Well, damn, Buster.
Hey,
sorry
you
about
got
that.
to talk about the union news.
Yeah, subscribe to my YouTube. I got videos coming.
Real quick, though, we got Ult Universe Miles Prowler.
Yeah, Miles
I
G.
remember
Morales.
seeing that, and I'm like, oh, they did it before Marvel Legends? Interesting.
I mean, Marvel Legends is kind of slow on the Sony stuff, so...
True.
It looked good.
Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Subscribe to me. Bye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm. He got them dreads. He
That's
like a half a head taller.
That's braids.
Okay.
They're two distinct things.
Gotcha. But yeah, no, it's really cool because also like it was kind of hard to tell what that suit looked like in the moment in the movie because of how everything was lit. So it's technically the best look we've gotten at this character design.
Yeah. Oh, Buster's in chat now. Hi, Buster.
Oh, what up, bitch?
It looks good. It's a Hot Toys and it looks good.
Yeah, how about that?
Next up, Hasbro Pulse. Just a lot of shit happened. You
Yeah,
have a whole live stream reacting to it.
Yeah, we watched it live. There's been a few things to note that I've like realized since then, specifically with the No Way Home stuff. But we can go into the comic wave they revealed, where of course it was the free figures we saw at SDCC of Power Princess, Justice, and Crystar are going to be part of the Void Build-A-Figure wave, which looks very good, but not a lot in there I actually want, because the other figures are another Black Panther, Savage Namor, and Namorita. I think that's everyone. And they're all just like characters that I'm like, hey, I'm glad that's happening. Don't necessarily need it for my shelf. And like this Void Build-A-Figure looks really impressive, but not something I super need, honestly.
And then we have the whole wave right there.
Yeah.
And then No Way Home, we got MJ.
Yeah, MJ, who is in her look from that movie and is coming with the big MacGuffin box.
You got
she looks solid.
Matt,
which is just a new head on the suit body, but you get the cane, you get the brick, you can do the whole scene.
It's a newer suit body. It's pinless.
Yeah, it looks pretty solid.
It looks cool. We got Ken Doll Sandman.
Yep, which it's the only Sandman look they haven't done in Legends recently, and it's how he looked in the movie, so it makes sense. And it's not like it's just a totally blank piece of plastic. There's a lot of shading going on there. He's got the option parts to do his powers. He can give you a big old tickle, so it's pretty worth it, I'd say.
Yeah, we got Toby Spider-Man in Marvel Legends for the first time.
He can't. So here's the thing. All these bodies, or two of these bodies, we've gotten in the free pack that was a Pulse exclusive, but they didn't have unmasked heads. And they even said on the stream, we couldn't get the likeness rights at the time. It was hard to hammer out those deals. So that's why you're getting them single carded now as with the unmasked heads. So here we have Andrew. And the interesting thing to note about Andrew, which I didn't even realize, because you remember a while back, the SH Figuarts of Andrew, they had to nix his unmasked heads. And then the Hot Toys of him was released with Amazing Spider-Man 2 branding. Mm-hmm. And I thought that was, and at the time I made a joke like, oh, they just have the body, so let's just put it in a different box. No, that was the only way that got released. And this is getting released on a card back, because all of these are on clear card backs, which is also a thing I realized during the stream. The Across the Spider-Verse figures were all on card backs. So I'm guessing that's some kind of Sony mandate, as well as this figure, whereas everybody else in this wave is coming on a card back that's branded No Way Home. The Andrew is coming on a card back that's branded Amazing Spider-Man 2. So I guess that's how the only way they could get the likeness rights is by licensing it specifically from Amazing Spider-Man 2, even though that head sculpt does look very much like the first scene he's in No Way Home.
Yeah. It's a weird, they gotta do some things. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's above all our heads. We get our toys. That's all we care about. And hey, a brand new toy. As you were going for the pictures while I was talking about Andrew, we're getting the Spider-Man suit from the end of the movie finally. And SH Figuarts of it was unveiled a few months back. But this is the first Marvel Legends version. And honestly, I kind of like the Marvel Legends take a little better because they toned down the shininess of the blue.
Yep, it feels very John Romita Senior.
Mm-hmm.
Because Andrew didn't let his likeness license for the No Way Home stuff. That okay.
Might have just been something with the way they had to get the deal for the movie worked out.
Yeah, and then there's just a bunch of here's all the packaging.
Yeah, the full wave went up for pre-order that day, so and it is releasing at all major retailers, so shouldn't be hard to get a hold of these when they come out.
What? Hold on, what is the difference? Because it's the Amazing Spider-Man. What's Toby's? Not Toby's. Toby's is just Spider-Man.
Yeah, no, they're all everyone except Andrew is branded No Way Home, but Andrew is branded ASM2.
No, hold on. No, Friendly Neighborhood, The Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, but that's what they've been calling them in all the packaging for this movie with every toy company.
It slipped my mind. I was just trying to.
But we got Green Goblin from No Way Home. This guy leaked last week, but now we get the pretty promotional images and all the details on him, and he looks fantastic. I actually think he looks a little better than the SH Figuarts.
We're getting a Doc Doom. Doc Ock. Brandon's just farting tonight.
And this is another weird likeness thing where if you look on the box for Doc Ock, he's branded as Spider-Man 2. What's up, Wow, for Molina? What's up with your likeness? But either way, this is one I have to have because my first Marvel Legends was the original Spider-Man movie wave Doc Ock from back in the day, which was like early Hasbro Marvel Legends days, where they just did a whole wave to tie in with Spider-Man 3 that was, here's everybody from the movies that we could fit into a wave and a Sandman Build-A-Figure.
Yeah.
So like I gotta have that as like a full circle thing. And then they did a thing where you could vote in the chat what kind of figure do you want to see as the final reveal, and everybody voted for a character that had never been in Marvel Legends before, and so they revealed Red Widow.
It's a good looking costume.
It's gonna be a traffic cone.
It still looks good.
Yeah, it's a good representation of that costume. It's just because that's a plastic cape, she's gonna be a traffic cone.
Yeah, that's just kind of generally everything. But if you want to hear more of our thoughts and us joking about a variety of things, you can go watch the live stream VOD.
Yeah.
Mondo 1/6 scale Batman Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah, Mondo is continuing on with their 12-inch tall animated 90s figures with a Mask of the Phantasm. That looks pretty good. It looks about as solid as the 6-inch one that came out from DC Collectibles a number of years ago. But they're going to have a few legs up on that in effects parts and alternate parts exclusive to ordering on Mondo's website that will allow you to create an unmasked, uncowled version. I don't know how you would say it because she's got like a whole cape and cowl situation.
Yeah, but hey, Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah, badass character design that, like, it makes sense that they've only done like a few things with her here and there in the comics, but it's such a good character design. You wish they'd do more with it.
Looks like she's in a cult. No, she's a dark reflection of Batman kind of character.
Yeah, Mask of the Phantasm is a fucking hood classic. If you haven't seen it, you need to check it out. Nightmare.
Yeah. We also got Bugs Bunny as Batman figure, Beast Kingdom.
Yeah, Beast Kingdom continuing on with their 8-inch line of Warner Brothers and DC superhero characters. They are doing a figure specifically to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Warner Brothers this year, which is just Bugs Bunny in a Batman costume, and it looks fun.
That's cute. I would get this because I like Looney Tunes.
Yeah. If I had unlimited funds, this is definitely like a impulse buy for me. But given that it's $60 and it's only so big.
Yeah, but it's fun.
I dig the cloth cape and the cloth shorts. That's a nice touch.
Yeah, but it's cute. It's fun. I like it.
You know what? Go ahead.
Go.
You know what would have really set him over the top, though? I just realized this looking at the pictures. He only comes with alternate hands. They should have given him a batarang that's shaped like bunny ears.
That would have been cute. I would also wouldn't mind a Daffy Robin.
Mm-hmm.
Can one of you type in chat so I can find it? Mask of the Phantasm? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about this Bugs Bunny?
I have no idea, but I stand at the ready.
Yeah. Overall cool. I would get it.
Yeah. And then Todd revealed new Spawn figures, everybody. Are you excited for such unique and interesting characters as Reaper?
Oh, man. That's totally not Redeemer.
Yeah, that's not Redeemer with a new hat.
Yeah, that's the Spawn figure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this guy's not bad looking.
Yeah, he's fairly interesting. I have no fucking clue who he is, though. He must be a Disruptor. Yeah, fucking Power Rangers ass sounding motherfucker. I like him.
Yeah.
He does look like a main villain from like a Disney era season, doesn't he? He looks like he would hang out with Emperor Grum.
The
Cult Black Widow?
Oh, the cult? What? We'll figure out what you mean, Nightmare.
Oh, yeah. The Mask of the Phantasm.
We got some page punchers for Spawn. She, Spawn, and Curse. Why would you give a little kid Spawn?
Because Spawn's got to be a household name, damn it.
Those are toys.
Very much so.
I like the little stand for the comic. That's fun.
Yeah, it's a nice touch.
I wouldn't mind just buying those by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever these two fuckers are. Hey,
Freak and Mandarin Spawn.
Okay, cool. That feels slightly Orientalist.
Yep. Such iconic characters as Freak, who's not even on the cover of the comic he comes with.
Scorched? Is that a new book they're doing?
That's probably a very old book they're doing that we just are now learning about.
Yeah. Yeah, they're Spawn toys. It's Spawn.
Todd's doing his thing, everybody. He continues to be a businessman.
You know what? I can't blame him.
Yeah.
The Red Widow one?
She's just called Red Widow. She's just a Marvel Legends that's going to be coming out in a few months.
Yeah. Hey, Saga came out. You want to tell people Saga's good?
Saga's good. I like it.
There we go. We didn't put it in the slide because that's normally all he says.
Yeah, it's Saga. I am not qualified to adequately explain how good Saga is as it goes on without explaining all of Saga, and we don't have that much fucking time, people.
Hey, guess what? Jon Stewart is back, baby.
Oh man, let's go, boys!
Green Lantern War Journal. Fuck, this is good. This is good shit.
This is a solid comic.
Jon Stewart's just helping out his ma and doing all the shit.
And she's got, I'm guessing, hardcore dementia.
And he's just like trying to take care of it. And it's like, aw, you feel for the guy. Then a dickhead shows up and goes like, hey, you're not a Green Lantern. Fuck you.
And he's like, the fuck I'm not.
What was the comic Vac said you should check out? You should watch Mask of the Phantasm by Batman. The thing that
it's an animated movie from the 90s. It was a tie-in to the Batman the Batman the animated series from the 90s.
Yeah, Mask of the Phantasm's good. Just like this comic. This comic's really good.
Yeah, it's a good ass comic. It's interesting because like I have no idea what the fuck is actually going on with the Green Lantern Corps. Even though we've been reading Hal's book, it's like this is the first time I was told like, oh yeah, the Corps like disbanded and then got rebuilt in a different way, and so John's technically a fucking illegal cop now, and that was interesting to learn about. Also, fucking weird Star Sapphire shit is afoot, and I'm always up for that.
From another dimension.
Yeah.
From the backups. I do like the characterization of John of just like he likes to see how things work. That's fun.
Yeah. It makes sense. It builds on the whole like architect characterization.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. Good Green Lantern. And everybody who's been going like, I want John, here you go. Here's John.
Here's John.
We both read Wonder Woman.
I was kind of surprised you read this. How long has it been since you've read some Tom King? And my friend, how did you enjoy yourself some Tom King?
This was very fucking Tom King.
Yeah, so Tom King that I'm like, Tom, maybe don't. I don't know if you get this character as well as you think you do, and that's coming from somebody who regularly goes, I don't know that much about Wonder Woman. I should know more about Wonder Woman.
I will say this. His voice for Wonder Woman is pretty solid.
His voice for her as a character is really solid. I love the like few sparing interactions we get between Diana and Steve, but the like overall story concept has me really worried because the idea, I'm just going to go ahead and spoil the end of the fucking issue, the big reveal, is that there is a secret old white king that's been running the United States all this time, and he's out to get Wonder Woman and get the fucking Amazons off of his soil, damn it. And I'm like, that's very good as far as like tapping into the zeitgeist goes. And I think it does feel like it's very in touch with modern feminism, but I feel like it very much negates the classical feminism that Wonder Woman is often meant to be.
Here's the thing. May I offer a counterpoint? It is only the antagonism that the antagonists feel from the Amazonians. It's all in their head. It's not based in anything, and I think that's what Tom King is trying to get at, that this is fear and paranoia of a thing that's not really even happening.
So you don't think the king is actually a king?
No, I think the king is actually a king. I think he's a paranoid dickhead going, the Amazons are going to attack us. When they weren't.
That's entirely possible. In fact, it's very likely going for the way the initial confrontation in the book is written. But I'm also looking at it from like a structural DC Universe perspective and just like a traditional Wonder Woman perspective, because the big difference between Wonder Woman and the other two members of the Trinity is she regularly rehabilitates her villains and like makes them into productive members of society. You kind of can't do that with a secret king that rules like one of the most powerful nations in the world, and that kind of like affects the whole rest of the DC universe in a very weird way that you're gonna have to deal with at some point.
Well, here's the thing. What if that is the story? What if she's trying to fix the problem like Wonder Woman, and it's just like, you can't fix the problem like Wonder Woman? How are you going to solve the problem?
It's a weird thing to put in a Wonder Woman book.
Well, I mean, how many stories have we had of Batman? The only way to solve this problem is to kill the person. I'm not going to kill this person. All right, how are you going to solve the problem? How many stories of Superman did we see that is like, hey, you can't just be a good guy and solve this problem? And he's just like, I'm just going to be a good guy and solve this problem. Hey, Wonder Woman, you can't just solve this problem by showing empathy and kindness to your villains and bringing their humanity out. You got to do something else. No, I'm going to solve my problem this way. You know, like, we've had these stories with other characters.
It's entirely possible, but the other thing that, like, makes me worried that way is Tom King has been on the interview circuit for this book for the last couple of weeks saying, like, his whole concept with this run is to give Wonder Woman her own Joker, a villain that is iconic and uniquely antithetical to what she is and can come back again and again. And I'm like, motherfucker, if you want Wonder Woman to have a villain like that, you don't understand Wonder Woman.
Yes, but here's the, like, fundamentally, there is an interesting aspect to that. In the same way of like the Batman's always trying to save the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
there's also a part of me that's like, well, it could also be because don't forget there's a prequel story that was in Wonder Woman 800 that introduced Lizzie, where her, Damian, and John were going into this like weird prison. And all the narration in this issue is a story that's being told to Lizzie from the person that she goes to talk to in the prison.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if that person isn't the king, but also there's some dialogue that suggests it might not be.
Boingo didn't miss his shots.
I mean, can we also just acknowledge that it's hilarious that, like, the typical Tom King reader is going, I don't know about this, and the guy who hasn't talked about Tom King on the show at all is like, this is fucking good, man.
It's solid, and, like, here's the thing that makes me go, like, no, Tom King understands Wonder Woman. It's like, this shit starts going down, Wonder Woman immediately goes like, hey, take my sword, because I know if I have this on me, I'm gonna fucking use it, and I don't want to be violent here. I don't want to be that kind of violent.
That's fair. I do like that scene. I like a lot of the scenes that build up the tension in this issue. I love the characterization of Sergeant Steele in this. That's somebody I've only ever passingly heard of before, and instantly Tom King just makes him an entertaining and terrifying villain.
Oh yeah.
And the art, Daniel Sempier has never looked better. Like, the dude genuinely keeps improving with everything he does at DC, and this is one of the best things I've ever seen from him. It's just that end reveal that has me going like, I mean, okay, I'm going to try and trust you because you've rarely led me astray before, but also, my dude.
Yeah, there's layers to all of this. We'll see how it goes. Overall, I think it's a good start.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, I read The Uncanny Spider-Man.
Hey, what's good old Kurt up to?
Okay. So he's kind of dealing with like the homeless situation and Central Park. That's kind of where he's doing his Spider-Man shit. Because like Peter can't swing there, Miles can't swing there, but he can teleport there. That's fun, you know. He runs into a homeless person, and it turns out it's Mystique. And he goes like, ah, shit, fucking Mystique.
Hey, what's up, Mom?
And so he has to deal with it, but Mystique's really, really out of it right now, and she's not, like, fully cogent, and he's just like, ah, shit, fuck me. Meanwhile, a bunch of, like, classic Spider-Man villains have been employed by Orcus, so Kurt's gonna have to deal with them. As like just a fun, like, hey, we haven't seen Nightcrawler fight the Vulture or the Rhino before. Let's see that. I think that's fun.
Yeah, that's not a bad concept.
Yeah, and it is very much Kurt being sad boy of like, I hurt people as a giant monster and I must atone. I feel really, really bad. And Peter's just like, hey, it's cool. Don't worry. I'm helping you out. By the way, is that sword a mutant thing? No, it's not a mutant thing. Okay, cool. Like, Peter's a little awkward about it. It's funny.
Peter would be.
Overall, good book. If you've been enjoying the Spurrier X-Men stuff, this is a good continuation of it. I also read Batman White Knight Presents Generation Joker.
Hey, I saw a couple panels floating around from that. Is this like the final issue or something?
No, I think it's the penultimate.
Okay.
It's getting pretty close to it. Basically, shit's going whack. Bruce shows up. Great scene. Bruce shows up and it's like, hey,
that's one of the two scenes I saw.
Yeah, we're getting you out of here, Harley. Before they realize you're not in custody. And she just starts yelling at him. It's like, what the hell you think you're doing? Yeah. And she just kisses him and it's just like, there, now we're even. And it's just like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
And we see kind of Neo Joker dealing with Ivy and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, I want Ivy AI-ified, and Joker's like, hey, this isn't how it works. This isn't good. And they're going like, yeah, but your experiment's here. And he's like, yeah, it is. I don't want my kids to see that. Why don't you want your kids to see that? Oh, it's because he fucking corpseified Two-Face to try and AI him. So Two-Face is in a cyborg body right now. And it's not good.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Overall, I am continuing to enjoy Generation Joker. It's good. Solid.
Nice.
We both read World's Finest by Mark Waid.
Hey, wrap up to the Mark Waid's take on Superman and Batman's first meeting arc. And it was all right.
Yeah. Adequate and solid. It's good.
Yeah. It's nothing to really write home about, but it's just like a solid take on the two boys, and it's what you want to see. It's them like learning to trust each other, but also Batman being like, I got my eye on you at the very end.
Yeah. It's good, solid.
And once again, excellent seeing Jack Soar in a modern comic.
Oh man. Also the hinting at future things. I like that.
Yeah. Fucking
the guy
seeing for an Action Comics thing.
But seeing like a dude going like, yo, the Phantom Zone kind of fucked.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, Phantom Zone is kind of fucked.
You think that's going to be Philip Kennedy Johnson, or is Mark Waid taking over Action Comics and I haven't heard about it?
I don't know. Maybe they're just working together and they're trying to throw each other bones.
I wonder if that's like part of Mark Waid's current like mental mission statement at DC is just, I am the company man. If somebody needs help setting something up, just fucking ask me. I'll build a whole story around it.
Yeah, and it'll just give you more details and more like entrench it in the world more so than just a single event would.
Yeah, Philip Kennedy Johnson's like, I want a mysterious spooky boogie to come out of nowhere and fuck with the Phantom Zone, but I don't want to have to set him up. And Mark's like, yeah, sure, I'll do that, but I'm also going to fuck around with Jack Soar a lot, too, because nobody else has done that in years.
I really enjoy his characterization of Jack Soar, and I would love to see him come back.
Yeah.
Overall, good book. Also, the explanation for the Riddler was fun.
Yeah, and fucking Superman trying to do a jokey joke.
I read Predator versus Wolverine.
I was really tempted to read this, but I decided to abstain, given that I still haven't had time to check out a Predator film. It's gonna happen though; they're on my hard drive.
Oh yeah, hey, it's a horror movie. October's coming up. Yeah.
Is it a horror movie? I think the first one's like, at least the first one is more of a straight up action film.
No, the point of Predator is what if your typical 80s action movie devolved into a horror movie.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's the point. It's putting these hard, tough action heroes and turning it into a horror movie.
Okay, it's like what if they were in a slasher movie as the camp kids?
Yes.
Okay,
And like these big powerful people are like powerless to stop this creature. That's kind of the fun of it.
Okay, I'll check out the first Predator sometime soon.
And that's the fun of this book. Basically, it's kind of a flashback series of every time Wolverine has ran into predators. And
so it's not one continuous story, it's an anthology.
Kind of, but it is like it's connected anthology.
Mm.
So like it's the early 1900s in the harsh winters of Canada. Wolverine is a fur trader doing all that kind of stuff, and he runs across a predator and they fight. And like they weren't able to kill each other, and it's just like, it's a draw. And then later when he's doing the CIA bullshit with Sabretooth and Maverick, they're now being hunted by a whole team of predators.
Oh.
Because he let that one guy go, and it's just like, oh, that's fun, because it's like you get to see all these different versions of Wolverine fight the Predator that you want to see fight the Predator.
It's building into like the core concept of Predator, which is, from what I always hear people talking Predator up, it's like, oh, Predator can always be good. It's just you gotta find an interesting setting to put him in. And the thing about the Predator is he can be interesting in any setting as long as you write to his strengths.
Yep. This is a very good Predator story.
All right.
It's also a pretty damn solid Wolverine story. It's very like, it's that Wolverine poetry of this like, I understand the animals. Humans are weird, and I am the best at killing. You know.
Good for him.
Yeah, Benjamin Percy did good job.
Hooray!
You read Click Click Boom.
Hey, next issue up in this series. It is just flowing along so well.
Do you know if this is meant to be ongoing or if it's meant to be like a maxi mini?
It feels like we're building towards a conclusion really fast, but I could see them going into another arc. I don't know for sure though. It is just the story is kicking along real well. Of the photo lady goes and gets the journalist lady from the hospital and murders all these people who are trying to hold her hostage in a hilariously gruesome way, and then she's like, all right, we got to go take down the big bad that funded all this. And the photojournalist lady has like another oh, I don't know about this kind of moment, and she's like, all right, you can stay here and maybe die. I'm not coming to save you again, but I'm gonna go get this done. And she's like, all right, time to put your big girl panties on, and she resolves to join her, and that's the end of the issue. It's fairly solidly written. I'm truncating a lot, but the art's fantastic. I think this is going to be a really solid one to check out once it's done, assuming it is one story.
Yeah. You also read Red Sonja.
Yeah, and I made sure to send you the least skimpy cover this time. Even though it has nothing to do with what's going on in this book, because there's a fucking demon hypnotized horde coming to invade this one village that Sonja retreats to, and she meets up with two seers that are in the village, and they tell the whole backstory of how these people got possessed and exactly what this demon she's dealing with is, and how she's got to stop it. And at the end of it, the demon hordes show up, and the townspeople are not dealing with it well, and Sonja's like, all right, now I got to take charge, I guess. And it's pretty solidly done. The characterization of everybody feels pretty interesting, and it feels like it's more, that's the thing with Red Sonja, I find, is I'm always just slightly impressed that it's not just straight up cheesecake as most of the covers would imply. There's like actual story going on.
Hell yeah. Well, that's cool. The cover looks cool. It's still kind of cheesecakey.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind, I said the least cheesecakey.
Yeah, that's a fucking...
There's another one, because there's always like 5 alternate covers for every issue of Red Sonja. One of the other ones is just a straight up down, looking up, ass shot of Sonya walking up towards a big ogre, like, yeah, I'm gonna fight this thing.
We both read The Uncanny Avengers.
Yeah, second issue, and already shit's going to hell, but it's entertaining.
It is entertaining, and it's also just a giant, hey, just because he doesn't understand completely doesn't mean he doesn't, he wants to help, motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm. Also, the mutant revelation front is totally fucked.
Yeah. Also, I have a theory on who Captain Krakoa is right now.
Yeah, and now that I've read the issue, I definitely agree with you. It's totally fucking Stevel.
It's Hydra Steve.
Yeah. We don't see his face, but like just the way he acts is very reminiscent of how Hydra Steve was written.
Yeah, so basically Cap gets hurt in the field, and all the mutants are like, hey Cap, we want you still on the team, but can you take a back seat? Because if mutants kill you, that'll look really bad on all of us. And Steve is just like, no.
You think you can kill me? That's cute.
It's even more like, hey, if I die, guess what? Someone will be inspired to pick up the shield. Captain America isn't gonna die. Steve Rogers would die. You know, that kind of thing.
And also, fucking the whole scene with I'm sorry, were you done with that scene?
I was just going to talk about the Deadpool bit.
Oh yeah, the Deadpool bit's hilarious.
Because he just lays it out. It's just like, hey, why are you dogging on Captain America, who has always won against the Nazis?
Yeah.
Like, this is his wheelhouse.
Captain America and Superman have a lot in common, but one thing they definitely have in common here is you don't fucking question them. Like, they almost always know what's up. And when they don't, it's because there's some serious fuckery about.
Yeah. What were you about to bring up?
Just freaking, the last scene of showing, a meeting with Ben Urich and being like, hey, Gary Dugan knows his fucking continuity. Bringing up, Born Again, yes. Couldn't remember the name for a half second there, but like a really good, really dramatic meeting between Steve and Ben Urich that's just like, hey, remember, Ben Urich is still involved with all the mutant shit. We didn't forget about him.
Oh yeah. There's also just another fun aspect of that of Marvel's continuation of, hey, you want to know what the most honorable position in political discourse is? The fucking journalist that like shows the truth.
Yeah.
I appreciate that about Marvel. It's just like, no, journalism is very important. I mean, DC does that too, but it's like,
yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, solid issue.
Yeah, good issue. Rare Flavors by Ram V. I read the first issue.
Tell me all about it.
This is a fun book. This is a beautiful book. It is okay. It is about a Hindu demon called a Rakshasa. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Rakshasa. Who are basically like demons. They eat people. You know, they're the typical boogeyman type thing in Hindu mythology, from what I've seen. I did pronounce it right. Hell yeah, cool.
Also, welcome, Aki.
Rakshasa. And basically, he's just kind of living life, and he hears that Anthony Bourdain passed away, and he's like, yo, fuck, Anthony Bourdain was badass. You know what? I want to do what Anthony Bourdain does. So he finds a dude, hires him to film him going around and eating all these locations. And at first you're thinking like, oh, it's just like a demon reformed kind of thing, trying to live his life. Because all the while we have these couple demon hunter dudes chasing him down. And they arrive at the chai stand where him and the guy were having the conversation about doing the whole thing, and they open up the cabinet counter, and it's just like, the dude's dead. He ate him. And I'm just going like, oh my god, what is he just going around eating people? Is like eating people reminiscent of like eating their food and their memories? Because that's a big part of it. Because it's like a lot of the book is about like how this one guy spent so much time learning and perfecting making this chai, and just the way he does it and the energy and the effort and how admirable that is and how beautiful that is and how artistic just making this simple drink is. And it's just like, I'm loving the tone. It's very surreal fantasy, because we also end the final page is like months later at the premiere of the documentary they made. And you just see the filmmaker in one seat and an empty seat to his right, and he's looking sad. And it's just like, what's going on here? I am fascinated. I also, really cool to see a window into another food culture and another mythology that I don't have that much experience with. It's really good.
Sounds coolio, Julio.
It's really good. Read it if you get a chance. Rare flavors. And I will try to remember Rakshasa as much as I can. You read Nightwing.
Hey, new issue of Nightwing came out this week.
Nightwing and Vertigo.
Yeah, from Tom Taylor and the boys. This one is it's a little fucking crazy, because this is. So do you remember not too long ago when during the Rebirth era, Dan DiDio got fed up with all the dick jokes?
Yeah.
And they changed Dick Grayson's name for a little bit.
Yeah, to Rick Grayson.
Yeah, and he became like an amnesiac cab driver with a shotgun.
Yeah. And didn't he also become a super spy at that point too?
No, that was before that.
Okay.
That was New 52.
Really?
This is building on the Rick Grayson shit.
What?
Yeah, because we find out back when he was Rick Grayson, he did a job and ended up coming into possession of a package, and he went to the bar from the Rick Grayson series, and this fucking captain guy shows up and is like, hey, maybe you shouldn't have that yet. You don't seem like you have all your faculties about you. And why don't we put it in? I run a special vault. Why don't I put it in the vault for you and you can come and get it when you're ready? And he's like, all right, cool. He puts down his name as Nightwing. And you're like, oh shit, that's the vault from issue 100 that the fucking vault captain guy was like, Nightwing, we have something in here for you, but you're maybe not ready for it yet, so you should wait. And then we cut to him waking up one day and being like, I think I'm gonna finally go look into that. I think that's gonna be a thing I do today. And then at the same time, Heartless chooses to attack the vault, and Nightwing gets there as the police are investigating it. And Maggie Sawyer's being all uppity, and she's like, you know something about this shit, don't you? And he's like, I mean, kinda, but I don't know if I can explain it super well yet. Let me do some investigating on my own. And then he finds out that people are trying to get rid of the captain's body and all this shit, and then ends up being cornered by a bunch of pirate-looking motherfuckers on the docks at the edge of Bloodhaven, who are being led by the lady who owned the bar from the Rick Grayson series. Supporting character whose name is Bay. Like the fucking recent Pokemon martial arts lady. It's that spelling. I know some people pronounce it Bay. I know some people pronounce it B. Whatever. I was really lost, but having fun during this. Especially because we also get a backup, written and drawn by a completely different team, about just Dick and Cassandra hanging out and him teaching her how to make pancakes, which was super adorable.
Neat. Hey, you know what? Kudos to Tom Taylor actually trying to integrate parts of continuity that people don't like.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like horribly awkward. It was just like, wait, what's going on? What? Oh, Okay. Okay, I'm totally flying blind now. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah. Cover looks cool.
Yeah.
We both read Superman #6, The Chained, Part 1.
The new interior art really fucking threw me with this.
Yeah, it's not bad. I love the way Superman's drawn several times.
It's just a very different style than we've been getting, and it feels kind of out of place for how this series is being written.
Yeah, I do want to say though, the design of the new villain, mwah, I love it. Absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah, really, really interesting concept for a character. I'll be interested to see if it has any kind of legs, because it seems like they've been subtly setting it up in the run so far. And then obviously we get the big build up here, and then next issue they're pulling a random oh hey, it's actually a landmark issue by a legacy counting we haven't been listing lately. So we're gonna do an oversized issue, and I'm guessing that whole thing is gonna get resolved in the next issue.
Maybe, but it is fun to see a new villain that like feels like it could be a good long running villain.
I like some of the way it's built up with the whole fucking Jor-El Lex having to come back, and Superman being like, "God damn it, this fucking thing! I don't buy it. I don't buy any of this shit for a second. Lex is up to fuckboy shit again, even though he's dying."
And Lex was up to fuckboy shit, but it's just like a very complicated thing.
And you almost get the feeling from the way people talking about him in this issue is written is like Lex was at a point that if he wasn't in a hospital and Superman just asked him about this, he would have explained it. And now it's going to have to be like a big emotional explanation next issue.
Yeah. But again, the design for the new bad guy, I love it. It is pure like the good parts of the 90s.
It also looks like it's tailor-made to be a new Todd McFarlane action figure.
Oh, it is so tailor-made to just be like a dope cosplay. Just like I can just totally see a dude rocking up to a Comic-Con, because all you need is like a simple black suit with some like red tethers in places and the giant collar with the chains. I like the issue.
Yeah, it's solidly written. It's just it didn't hype me as much as previous ones, you know.
Also, I want to mention a cute thing that Superman says, that Clark says. He walks up to Lois while she's stressing in her office, and she goes like, "Job's not as easy as you thought, Metropolis." No, I should have been calling you that for a while.
Good. That was so fucking good.
Oh my god, that's adorable. That's good. Superman good.
It's like, you get the feeling he's been waiting to do that for years.
Yeah. I read Dark X-Men.
How was it?
Dark and edgy.
Oh man.
Literally, it's like half of the characters who are bad guys are just being like, "Hey, we're doing what we can, but we're kind of dicks about it." And Gambit and Maggot are going like, "Jesus fucking Christ, this is what we're left with? Fuck." Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, there's an alternate dimension, Madeline Pryor, from when she got like limbo a lot earlier, and she became a demon thing. And Orcus is using her to fuck with Madeline.
Alright then.
Yeah. Also, one of the kids from the Children of the Atom book that they did, where the sidekick thing that didn't take off, is in the book now.
Okay.
Yeah, she's there. You read Hawk Girl.
Yeah, this is a pretty good issue of Hawk Girl, despite some annoying Blorbo stuff, which they said her name at one point in the issue, and I swear to God, I went, "Oh, that's the name. I'm gonna remember it so I can say it on the podcast." I don't fucking remember it at all. It's still just fucking woke Starfire to Blorbo hanging out with her talking corgi. Kill me already. But yeah, it's essentially a crossover issue of like, oh, it's a limited series, but it's not gonna. It's Hawk Girl. We can't trust it to sell, so Batman's got a guest star for an issue. And they play around with that in some fun ways. Like it opens with Hawk Girl and Blorbo fucking just jumping some Gotham criminals, and Hawk Girl like taking advantage of the sun being out and like overcasting her, so she jumps up over them and goes, "I'm Batman," when she first attacks them, which is cute. And Batman's like, "Hey, could you please fucking not fuck with my criminals while it's the daytime? We have a whole way we do things here." And she's like, "I helped, damn it." Also, there's an adorable little moment where the talking corgi meets Ace the Bat-Hound.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And just some general exposition and build up while the getting info from Bruce while the villain of this series is doing things in the background and building towards their master plan that we see some more stuff happen with towards the end of the issue. And also Hawk Girl reconnects with a friend who happens to be living in Gotham. It's solid. It's fine. I don't take enough umbrage with this series to want to drop it yet, but I'm also just not super hype about it anymore.
The way you're describing like the different issues feels like it's less of a mini-series and more of like single issues and an ongoing.
It really feels like it should be an ongoing, but DC just thinks certain characters can't hold ongoings anymore, so they were probably told it's got to be a limited run.
Yeah. You read Catwoman.
Oh, you didn't read this? It was pretty solid. Catwoman number 57 from Teenie Howard, parts 3 of the Gotham War storyline, which picks up right where part 2 left off. This is immediately fucking Batman's running at Vandal Savage going, "What are you doing in my house?" And he's like, "It's my house now, bitch. Get out." And then he goes and cries in front of his parents' graves and goes, "I lost our house. I'm sorry." Literally. And the right hand lady for Selina is like, do we still want to go to war with this guy? It seems like he's going for a lot of shit. And she's like, "Yeah, just give him a night. Just give him a night, and he'll be mad at us again." And then Jason's like, "Hey, I'm ready and willing to do all fuckboy shit that you could possibly need. Let's go." And so she's like, "All right, we're gonna steal a bunch of rich people's cars by pretending to be valet parkers at a big gala that's happening tomorrow night. And Batman's gonna be distracted by Riddler doing his normal bullshit." Literally, he goes into like just a random Riddler challenge room from Arkham City, and he's like, "Oh, god damn it." And he gets through it fairly quickly, though, because he immediately shows up and starts fighting Jason, and they have a whole like emotional back and forth. All the while, Dick shows up to Selina, who is undercover at the gala, just making sure nobody's tipped off to what's going on with the cars getting stolen. And there's a really cute like little retconny character scene between them where he's like, "Hey, we should hang out and be a family more often. Fighting like this is stupid. Remember we used to do family things when I was a kid. Remember that time you and Bruce took me to the opera when I was like 13? You made me feel super adult because you let me go to the bar and drink a Shirley Temple with you." And it's like, oh,
yeah.
Especially because Selina's like, "Yeah, I really don't know why we're fighting when you say stuff like that." And he's like, "Yeah, maybe you should think about that." And he fucking leaves. And it's like, damn, Dick, that's kind of savage. But also she goes right back inside, and Vandal Savage is there and dances with her and is like, "Yo, I'm trying to really fuck with Batman here. Could you stay out of my way?" And she's like, "You're a little late to the party." And then we find out that the right-hand lady for Selina is actually Vandal Savage's daughter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this Catwoman was egged on.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole like master manipulator plot from Vandal Savage. Also, I've never heard of Vandal Savage having a daughter before. Do you want to guess what her fucking name is?
Vanessa.
Scandal Savage.
No.
Yeah,
No.
Fucking
No.
Davis scandal.
No. I'm going full Ben and Ethan here. No.
And she dresses like Talia al Ghul with Wolverine arm blade gauntlets.
No. God damn it. That's almost
I mean,
as bad as...
I'm sure that's something that fucking was long established and Chip's just pulling from old lore, but Jesus Christ.
No, this is all Howard. Chip's not on the cover.
Well, they're writing both of the they're writing this
Together.
event together. But yeah, you know what I mean. I'm sure Howard is pulling from it, and Chip was like, "Hey, I want to do a thing with Vandal Savage. Could you also introduce his daughter?" And Teeny was like, "Yeah, sure, man, I got it." Because apparently everybody at DC is just playing real nice right now.
Hey, both companies are playing
for Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns stays in his fucking corner.
You know what? Jeff Johns allowed his corner.
Yeah.
Marvel and DC are both all playing ball. Like, Marvel's playing ball within itself really well.
Fair enough, yeah.
I mean, look at the recent Wolverine book. The recent issue of that.
That's true.
We'll get to it.
We'll look at that in a minute.
Captain America, #1 by J. Michael Straczynski. This is
good, but man, Straczynski still writes like Straczynski.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't feel dated. It does not feel dated.
No, it's just it feels like Straczynski in that he does not give a fuck about current continuity. He's just writing what he wants to write.
Yeah. But overall, it's good to have a book like that when like a big status quo thing is going on, like Orcus and Marvel.
Mm-hmm. Also, retconning the early Nazi party into Steve Rogers' early past for like the 10th time.
Well, no, here's the thing. That was a genuine thing that happened in America at that time.
Oh, yeah. I know. It's just like, I've seen this done with Steve before.
And here's the thing. I don't think it's necessarily like, oh, he's joining it. I think it's just more of like a commentary on how these organizations target people at risk.
Yeah, and like, here's the thing. It's very well written, Steve's characterization and backstory. That whole sequence with him talking about his dad was really touching. And like the certain flashbacks, I even had to remind myself, because like even though I've read a lot of comics Cap in the last few years, MCU Cap is still my baseline. So like that scene where his fucking landlord was like, "I'm sorry, I can't hold them off any longer. You gotta fucking go if you can't pay rent." I was like, why doesn't he just go live with Bucky? Oh, right, because he didn't meet Bucky till way later in the comics. But which you know makes it just as okay that fucking JMS is like, oh yeah, the Fantastic Four are still going on random crazy adventures in the Baxter Building, and they don't have weird costumes or missing any shit. They're just like I left them in the early 2000s, right? Right?
You know what, J. Michael Straczynski? Sure, we'll just fit it in the continuity whenever the Fantastic Four come back, or it happened before this.
Mm-hmm. Also, it's freaking hilarious that like the whole conceit of this run seems to be Steve becomes a landlord, and it's like, there should be a scene of him calling Hawkeye and being like, "Can you give me some advice?" And Hawkeye going, "I wish I had gotten advice so I had some to give." But JMS probably doesn't even know about Matt Fraction's Hawkeye.
No, and it definitely feels like a different kind of... This feels like a man who has his shit together doing that, while Hawkeye was a man who doesn't have... Like, it's a nice parallel. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, people saying like, "Oh, Steve is a landlord, lame." It's like, no, he owns a building now, and
Steve is being a good landlord. He's trying to fix the place up,
and it's rent controlled. He's not charging exorbitant rent on these folk.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good issue. Tackles a lot of things that like Captain America would tackle, of like youth in trouble, youth in crisis, at risk, homelessness, things that you go like, yeah, no, Captain America should be stories about like that kind of stuff, and it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, J. Michael Straczynski tapping into very old habits, because he basically introduces a Captain America Morlun.
Yep, which is interesting, but also is just like, yeah, that is some 2000s ass villain introduction right there.
I like it.
Yeah, and Spider-Man's in the very next issue. How much you want to bet they're not going to mention a goddamn thing from the current run?
Oh yeah.
Somebody's got to tell JMS that Peter's not a teacher anymore.
What? What do you mean? That's such a perfect thing for Peter Parker to do. Yeah, no, he's working for Norman Osborn. Norman Osborn. Captain America's good. Give it a shot, people.
Yep.
Guardians of the Galaxy issue 6, the end of what we'll call what I would tentatively call the Wild West arc.
Yeah, it's fucking sad times, but it's beautifully rendered.
Oh, it is so beautiful because it's just an entire issue of flashback of them thinking of the moment when Groot went full weird Galactus thing, and there's every single one of them just going, "It's my fault. It's all my fault. If I didn't do this, and it's just all of them realizing we have been blaming ourselves this whole time when our friend needs us. Let us help our friend."
Yeah, it's time. It's time to stop being fuck boys and fuck girls and be cool boys and cool girls.
And it's just And next issue we get Hulkling and Wiccan.
Jinx.
No, Jinx is DC.
Goddamn VTuber.
Dude, that was a spider web and you walked into it.
Next book.
Alpha Flight.
Hey, how's that alpha flying?
It's good. It's just a continuation of like the twist of last issue where it's like, oh yeah, no, the humans of Alpha Flight are helping the mutants and are kind of doing like an underground railroad Anne Frank in the attic kind of thing for Canadian mutants.
All right.
And it's just a continuation. It's just them talking. There's like a scene with a kid wanting to go outside, and Aurora basically goes like, "Hey, you can't go outside right now. I know it's getting boring in here, but people, if you go outside, people will find you and they'll hurt you and that kind of thing." And it's just like, shit, fuck, gets you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just really good shit. And yeah, if you like these characters and you like this story, it's good. All right, nice. Wolverine and the Hulk.
This issue ruled.
Oh man, this issue fucking ruled.
Because it's just like very competently dealing with, like, saying like, yeah, the fucking Hellfire Gala happened. Wolverine's without his resources, but it's fucking Wolverine. He's just gonna bawl and go back to being a feral animal fuck you up man. And he's also still got unfinished business from all the beast shit, because there's a bunch of clones of him running around he's got to deal with. And Hulk happens to show up and help.
And all of the clones are just like representing different eras of Wolverine's life.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of them goes feral in the Canadian wilderness and eats human flesh and becomes a Wendigo.
Yeah, so there's your new Marvel Legends Wolverine variant. Wolverine has the Wendigo body, but with Wolverine claws.
But also, it's a Wolverine book featuring the Hulk. Wolverine's first appearance was a Hulk book where they fought Wendigo.
Yep.
And I just think, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. And then there's like a weird fucking cult that adopts one of them
in Japan.
Yeah.
And he's just and like the only thing on that Wolverine's brain is like, I gotta help people, help. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, damn, I really am a bleeding heart sometimes. Fuck. And
then there's like a demented version of Patch, which is my favorite. He was hilarious.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And just saying Bub every other word.
Hey, Bub. And Bruce Banner's there just going like, hey, what, we all got to deal with monsters. Just being like that kind of, not necessarily the narrator, but the thematic narrator of like, hey, we got to deal with monsters.
It's almost like It's almost like two friends who both have a drug problem, and one of them going like, "Mine's okay right now. How about we fucking deal with yours for a little bit? Because I understand this."
Yeah, it's good. It's solid. It ties in with the current Hulk book really nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the fact that they traveled all over the world over the course of a week.
And there's not a single mention of the girl from the Hulk book.
This was before that.
Yeah, this is the prequel.
Yeah, that's the thing with the comics. You gotta place things in your head.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, it's really good.
Yeah, dig it.
And that is the final comic we talked about.
Well, then you fucking forgot Titans, because I also read Titans this week, and that was fine.
Okay, cool. Titans was good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah. Anything else?
I mean, you're not reading that, so I can fucking spoil the big end reveal of. So the whole thing with that book, you remember at the end of the last issue, they revealed Brother Blood is back, and fucking Tempest Aqualad boy is working with him, right?
Yeah.
So the whole opening of the issue, they're going like, all right, we got to investigate the church because there's got to be some weird fucky shit. He's got to be under some kind of hypnotism. And they find out, and they stumble into a big human sacrifice ritual happening. And they're like, oh shit, we got to stop this. And then Tempest comes out from a side room and he's like, what the fuck is this? And so there's a big Teen Titans fighting a bunch of cultists scene. And then they go and rescue Brother Blood, who was tied up under the altar. And he's like, oh shit, I didn't know about this. I guess some of my people still believed in the old doctrine. This really sucks. Thanks for saving me, Titans. And it's like, oh shit, I guess Brother Blood is finally on the level. And then psych, because him and Tempest go into a back room after the Titans leave, and they do a weird fucking pod people, tentacles coming out of their mouths thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's fun.
Yeah, comics are good. No, it's also good? Following back on social media. Tell people where they can do that.
A vacuuminator on the places.
You were about to accidentally take off your glasses, weren't you?
I was trying to decide if I wanted to or not, but I don't know if that would be funny. Let's see if I can fucking hit the webcam with them.
You did!
Hey, look at that. I'm good at things.
Hey, I'm Boingo Writer. I do a variety of things. Twitch.tv/Boingo Writer. I'm on YouTube, Boingo Writer. And you can just search for Boingo Writer, Boingo_Writer on a variety of platforms. See if I'm there. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Tumblr, all those kind of places. In the meantime, this has been Modular Media's No Price Podcast, where we talk about comics, but we also have other podcasts that we hope you go listen to and enjoy, such as Components, where we just hang out, fuck around, find out. We interview guests. We've had some fun ones. We've had Hatchet Co, the VTuber, Elma, the VTuber, Yiggy, the VTuber, Vangelis, the man.
The man, not the myth or the legend.
He's a man. We also have other podcasts such as Analytical Fanboys, a monthly media cast where one member picks a piece of media and the others have to watch it, engage with it in some kind, and we'll talk about it. This month is SSS Gridman and SSS Dynazenon. The joy in Boingo's voice when he said you did. I did it!
I'm hooray, yes! Also, they fucking landed perfectly folded up on the stack of boxes next to my desk.
Hell yeah. We also have This Week in Tokusatsu, where Vac and Buster talk about the week in Tokusatsu, give or take a franchise. I genuinely, I think that should be how you describe it. We talk about Tokusatsu, give or take a franchise. And there's also the final podcast we need to talk about, SMP. Tell the people about SMP, Vac.
It's the podcast where we suck Hasbro's dick for an hour.
There it is. That's how long it took for him to not give a shit about promoting the podcast.
Come on, guys. Let's hurry up. Let's get to Star Wars.
Hey, D&D, where we immediately just started talking about wrestling.
Yeah.
But if you want to support us in any which way, please leave us a like. Please leave us a comment. It really helps us out. Subscribe to the channel, see this podcast, and many, many more, as well as a variety of ancillary content that we make, such as the playlist that you can probably find somewhere on the channel, such as Modular Summit, or the VOD where we watch PulseCon with some guests. Tell the people about the guests.
We had Tim and Wyatt on. They're good boys. We like them.
Yeah. But hey, support us, support Modular Media, and read comics. Zach, do you have anything else you want to say?
I want to go to bed, but I have to watch Superhero Time first, and I'm hungry.
Enough said.